can either work with AI or you can make it work for you. AI is here. It's not going anywhere. It's not an invader. It's a guest. You can either work with AI or you can make it work for you. Their finance team, they used to spend last 2 to 3 days of every month just closing their finances. The expected outcome, it'll reduce the overall 100 plus hours. It'll come down to probably 20 or 25 hours.
I'm your host Maheen, and you're watching our exclusive series, which is AI for SMBs, where we spotlight the transformative power of artificial intelligence for small and medium-sized businesses here in Canada.
The principles of responsible AI tell you that you have to have a human in the loop all the time. You need to be fair. You'll need to go ahead and fix where you feel like that the AI is not trained well or is making a mistake.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast. I'm your host, Maheen, and you're watching our exclusive series, which is AI for SMBs, where we spotlight the transformative power of artificial intelligence for small and medium-sized businesses here in Canada. Because in this series, we're diving into how AI is shaping the future of work, redefining productivity, and offering real ROI for startups and businesses that are ready to embrace innovation. Joining us today is Najam Saqib, the founder and CEO of Intelligenes Inc, a Toronto-based consulting and development firm and a Microsoft AI cloud partner. Najam has led projects for some of the world's most recognized brands, including the United Nations and Johnson & Johnson. He is a strong advocate for responsible AI and is dedicated to helping enterprises and startups adopt technology with measurable impact. Today, we'll discuss lots, including how small businesses can use AI to save time and boost growth, the critical need for responsible AI, how AI agents are becoming the new team members for SMBs, and Intelligene's commitment to innovation and social impact, including a new clean tech initiative. So without a further ado, let's dive in and welcome our guest, Najam. Najam, we're very pleased to have you on this show today. It's a pleasure to have you here. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me here and for allowing me to talk on my favorite topic, AI for small and medium businesses.
We can't wait to uncover it for our audience. Now, Najam, we've highlighted in my intro as well that many small to medium-sized businesses, they think that AI is only for big businesses. And you believe that they can use AI to save time, cut costs, and boost growth without a massive budget. Please tell us, how can small businesses start using AI and automation effectively to save time and see real ROI without really large budgets or complex systems?
Right. So couple of things that we need to understand before I jump onto your question. Small and medium businesses make around more than 85% of Canadian overall economy or businesses, right? So it's a big number, right? So they employ millions and millions of people. So one thing we need to understand that whenever I speak with large business owners or small, medium business owners, there is a fear about AI, right? People are talking about, is this a bubble? Is this going to take our jobs? So we need to understand the background where it all started. I'm not going back 10 years, right? So in the recent days, if we see startups like DeepSeek, they shattered the stock markets within a year or so. It's a $3 billion company, again, a small, medium business. So when I speak with leaders, they are fearful about it'll take our jobs, right? So if there's a concept in economics called Jevons paradox, which says that if you increase the efficiency of a resource out of production, the demand for it goes up.
Right.
So around 10 years ago in radiology, when deep learning and AI was introduced, so AI gurus like Jeffrey Huntington, he was of the view that people shouldn't learn radiology, right? But what happened later was, as of today, we have AI and deep learning into radiology, and we are seeing more demand into it. Because what happened was the people, the overall time, that overall process of radiology, MRI, and such things, it has reduced so much that they can do more within the less time. So those small businesses are hiring more radiologists, right? So it's always, there are two sides to it. AI is here, it's not going anywhere, right? I'm not going to talk about if it's a bubble or not, but it's going to stay here. It's not an invader. It's a guest. You can either work with AI or you can make it work for you, right? So for small and medium businesses, it's a great chance that they can do a lot of things. For example, if I take example of um, businesses who have immigrants, immigrant business, I would say. So the immigrant businesses, uh, one of their problems is maybe a language barrier, right? So a lot of businesses, I know a lot of companies who are outside Canada who are serving Canadian customers, and they used to have problem communicating with American and Canadian customers, right? Uh, Restaurants, they have a staff who are mostly immigrants, and they had problems with those. Now you have AI bots available who can book calls for you from a restaurant. When you call them, they call you back. An AI bot can book a complete takeaway order for you. They can book a reserve a seat for you. You go to what do you call those takeaway? Sorry, drive-throughs. When you go through drive-throughs, they can take orders for you. So those people can do a bunch of other things. Why do we want people to do such tasks which are so repetitive, and they don't take any skill or human brain? So people can do better tasks. So what's happening in tech companies? Probably I would say 5 years ago, the ratio of software developers to project managers was they used to have 5 to 10 developers versus the project managers. It's reducing because software companies, those developers are now becoming project managers, right? Because they are just monitoring and supervising how AI is coding and developing software solutions. Now, coming to your question, for small and medium businesses, they can do a ton of things. A couple of years ago, lead generation and things like I would say looking for new businesses, revenue opportunities was really hard. It was expensive. You need to hire resources for that. Today, there are tools like Avoca and Clay.io. You just go there; they do complete end-to-end enrichment for you, for your business, for your customers, for your leads, for the content uh, publishing, I would say. So things like that, they are really helpful for such businesses.
That's amazing. I mean, it's such a practical and an empowering perspective, Najam. And it's clear that the path to AI adoption for SMBs, it doesn't have to be really daunting. Now let's explore critical innovation, which is how AI agents are becoming the new virtual team members for small businesses. Because Najam, your focus right now is on a custom co-pilot and AI agent development, and you see these intelligent tools as a new team members for small businesses. Please tell us, how are these AI agents transforming SMBs by automating tasks or by enhancing customer services and really freeing teams to focus on strategic, high value work?
Yeah, so I'll give you a quick example. So I'm working with a customer in the food production space. Their finance department, because they supply to giants like Walmart, in the U.S., Kroger, and other places, and their finance team, they used to spend. They're still spending because this is something which we are working on with them these days. They spent last 2 to 3 days of every month just closing their finances and their accounts.
Okay.
So why this happens? Because they collect data from all the sources. They have to verify their promotions codes, their returns, and a lot of things. Now, what we are suggesting to them, what we are working with them, is developing AI agents that would get that information from those sources, compile the results, and help them with their closing. So the expected outcome for all of this, that it'll reduce the overall 100 plus hours that they're spending doing this. It'll come down to probably 20 or 25 hours. So, as I said before, for lead generation, for invoice processing, and things like that, there are many agents and solutions and tools available for small businesses. What they need to do is, I would say, start with ChatGPT. It's your thought partner. What you need to do is discuss or have a conversation with it. What should I do today using AI that will remove bottlenecks from my operations, from my business, and from there build more of like a first use case that'll help you. And I follow a framework for that. It starts with the data. I call it data, processes, and then impact, responsibility, technology, and adaptability.
Okay.
Right. So with DPIRT, if we go in this order, if you have all the relevant data that you need, and it needs to be a good data. You're as good as your data. So if you have good data available to train your AI systems, that's your first step. The next is, what processes do you actually want to automate using it? If your processes are well defined, then you can move to the next step, which is impact. You need to define an impact that you really want to create using this whole process, this whole AI readiness exercise that you're doing. Next is responsibility. So responsibility is again a whole big chapter. Are you doing responsibly or not? The next would be technology. Do you have relevant technology available to do it? And the last is, are your people ready to adapt to that change? If any use case that you're picking up, if it fulfills all those six requirements, that you're really good to move to start your AI journey. Pick one use case, find out what AI agents you can implement, define an impact, a return against it, track it, and then move on from there.
That is a compelling vision, Najam, and it highlights the positive impact of AI as a tool for human augmentation, not for their replacement. Business, if you are looking to integrate AI into your business safely and effectively, then please learn from Najam Saqib, the founder and CEO of Intelligenes Inc., about responsible AI, how to leverage AI agents as virtual team members, and the practical strategies for digital transformation that minimize risk and maximize profit. Now let's continue our conversation with Najam. Now let's discuss a crucial factor for sustainable AI adoption, which is responsible AI and governance. Najam, your focus is also on kind of designing and delivering responsible AI solutions that balance innovation with integrity. So, and this is quite vital for maintaining customer trust as well. Please tell us, why is responsible AI so important for small businesses, and how does proper governance help build trust and really prevent data and compliance risks?
Okay, so what happens is, again, I'll go back to my first opinion, or the fear that people have about AI. Right? The fear is, what if it goes out of control? So how do we keep it in control? So the principles of responsible AI uh, tell you that you have to have a human in the loop all the time. Right? There are different things when we talk about responsible AI, how you are governing it. Are there any governing laws in your country, in the region that you are working? It's like, we have NIST, risk management framework. We have EU AI Act. So things like that. So you need to take care of. You need to be fair. The data that you are providing to for example, if it's a hiring and screening workflow, agent, I would say, if it's a hiring and screening agent that's helping you screen the resumes and suggesting who's the right candidate. If your data, your screening data is biased, then you may have problems with that. So you need to make sure that your AI is taking decisions based on fairness. You need to make sure whatever decision it's taking, it's supervised by a human. It's somebody can take a look at it, what has happened, what has it done in the past, and on what basis it's taking the all those decisions, I would say. Right? So with responsible AI, if a, I would say, small business is taking care of these practices, or these, I would say, guardrails, then they don't have any problem launching, because no small business, or any business would want to be get sued because of any such practice, which is against human values, I would say. Right? So when it comes to responsible AI, these are the few guardrails that if you keep them in place, your data would be secure, your customers would be happy. You have a human in the loop that's looking at how things are performing, and if there is a need, you'll need to go ahead and fix where you feel like that the AI is not trained well, or it's making a mistake.
Mhm.
So with responsibility, in terms of AI, you don't leave it unleashed. You always have to keep an eye on it and keep on improving it for the betterment of the people and the humanity.
That is a critical point, Najam, and it's clear that governance and integrity they are the foundation of a sustainable AI strategy. We're taking a quick break, but stay tuned because up next, Najam shares an incredible real-world story of how AI helped a nonprofit turn chaos into clarity by unlocking the true power of data.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. You still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep, healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah, well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep, that's all us. That's all UPS.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right in and explore how AI is transforming the way organizations operate, innovate, and create lasting impact. Now, let's look at a real world example of AI's transformative impact, drawing from your work with a business. Can you share with us how AI agents have helped a business that you know in? What this shows about AI's power to simplify and scale complex processes?
So I'll give you more of like a background of this story and why I got it was really astonishing for me, and when I really or truly realized the power of AI. So we did a migration project for a bank probably around 10 years ago when AI wasn't that big of a thing. So when you went to two banks migrate, so you have customers, or thousands or maybe millions of customers, right? So when you're migrating, you're moving customer data from one system to the other. So you have people's driver's license numbers, their addresses, their ton of things, right? So when you're moving from one system to the other, and if you are a customer of both the banks, that's a real problem, right? Because now you're a customer of bank A and a bank B and the bank B. Now you're a customer of bank A with two accounts, right? So data migration was a big issue for us at that time because it was easy for us if a phone number has a problem, we could fix it. But if address has a problem or there's something which doesn't deal just with the numbers, then we had to do a lot of manual work. It was a 3 months project that it took us around 6 months to do that migration. Now we did this ETL project, which is extraction, transforming, and then loading the data. So we extract from different sources, transform the data for the destination, and then you load it. So this transformation and extraction can be really messy if your data is coming from different sources and it's not uniform, right? So we had the similar case. I sit on the board of a nonprofit, and I was helping them with their CRM implementation, and that was a first-time implementation for them. They had data in their Excel. They had data from their different payment systems coming in. They had around 7 donation machines, I would say donation systems that were working to collect those donations for them. So we had data coming from 7 different sources, and we had to push all of it into one CRM. Now with data, if you are a donor, you are donating from on one system, you may have a different email address and your physical address. On another system, you may make a mistake, right? So it was really difficult if we pull each and every donor and correct their information. With generative AI, what it can do is it can pull your address. If it finds any differences or any problems, people had different postal codes, so it can fix it for you. So that was the whole project. It could have taken more than 3 months that we completed within like 15 to 20 days because we had a couple of AI agents in the middle that would extract the data, transform it based on the rules that you define, based on the training that you provided, that this is the data, you have to fix it this way. So it'll fix it for you and then load it into the system. So that whole exercise proved to be such a time saver for us, that we could really focus on the nonprofit. They could focus on their donation activities, their fundraising, and a lot of things. And that was a moment for me when I really thought that AI agents can be a real help or a blessing for you if you can put them to work in the right order.
Right. That's a fantastic, quantifiable anecdote, Najam, and it beautifully illustrates how AI can be such a great force for social good and operational efficiency for resource constrained organizations. Finally, let's discuss the future of AI and Intelligene's commitment for the Canadian ecosystem. Najam, Intelligenes, as we know, is a Microsoft AI cloud partner, and you are currently working on a clean tech initiative which is focused on the construction industry. And this points to a bold future vision. So please tell us, what are the biggest AI opportunities for Canadian SMEs in the next few years? And what is your long term vision for Intelligenes as it expands its AI solutions?
Right. So for SMBs, I would say they should really look for areas where they're feeling or facing human shortages and try to overcome that with AI agents. So my advice would be again to pick a use case, the framework that I defined on those 6 things. Find what use case you can really work on and create an impact and work on it, and then move forward. If I say pick a few use cases where AI is really helping organizations, then and services business, I would say small medium sized services businesses. It's in the lead generation and revenue operations. We implement CRMs with AI capabilities, so your revenue operations can really boost up. So what happens is, I was working with a customer, and they're a small company of around 20 people. Their problem was they have customers that they have to renew every year. They have SLAs agreements that they sign. It's a B2B setting. They have to. So the sales team books a customer. There is a marketing team, and then there is a services team. When you go to the customer for renewal, then they would tell you, oh, we had this thing pending which you didn't work on, and we had this complaint open up with you. Because what's happening, the services team is not updating the other teams. So this is a classic revenue ops optimization case with any good CRM or any AI based system can solve for you. So we are helping with that customer with leadership digest. So what a digest would do is, it'll read all this information from different systems, create a summary report, a client 360 report, and would really buzz the customer. Okay, this client of yours is not happy. This customer may not renew. Sometimes they had cases where the renewals were pending for over a month and nobody was attending it. Right. So those kind of things, a good CRM with AI agentic implementation can really help you find out areas in your revenue operations where you can find out those loopholes. If a team is not performing well, and you are at the risk of losing a customer, so those things can really bring such signals and such notifications for you, so that you can act upon that. For your second part, for the clean tech initiative, so we are doing 2 things. First is, I plan to launch a series of webinars early next year for small to medium businesses, to help them with their AI initiatives, with the challenges that they're facing, the fears that they have, and how we can help them. The second is the clean tech, specifically for, I would say, the construction side. So construction is one of those areas which is not at par, or say is not one of those areas where technology is well implemented as compared to other areas. There are good solutions, there are amazing solutions that companies are doing, but overall, if I compare it with other domains, this is where they are lacking a bit on the tech side. And one area, the clean tech, I would say it's called greenhouse gas emissions and carbon tracking. I would say that I plan to do. So with carbon tracking, what happens at their different sites, and concrete and cement are one of the top five carbon contributors, I would say, among all the other factors that we see. The problem with them is somehow they're able to, so the large construction companies, somehow they're able to track their carbon emissions and control them one way or the other. But mid-sized companies, they really have problem tracking all of those because they don't have such solutions available. So what I plan to do is implement agents or AI-based solutions that will read their consumption of their fuels, the routes they are taking, the materials they are using, the equipments they are using, and all that, and provide them with a most optimum solution using generative AI, that this is the right fuel for you because it has lower carbon emission grading. This is the right equipment for you. This is the right material. This is the right route for your vehicles to go from one place to the other. If you're working in an area, these are the vendors and suppliers available to you, or contractors, I would say, available to you, that can provide you green alternatives for your solutions. And at the end, it'll generate a carbon emission report for them, which is really helpful for them. The second part of this would be carbon offsets. For larger contracts, if you work with Ontario government or Government of Canada, you have to provide them your carbon emission reports, and it has to be below a certain level. So what happens if you're not abiding by that, then you buy carbon offsets. Those carbon offsets are sold by different other companies who are into green initiatives, and we can help them with that as well. That if you have a tender or a project coming out, and if you're lacking behind in terms of your carbon credits, then these are the places where you can go and buy your carbon offsets and be on your way to win your next business.
That's quite an ambitious and an inspiring vision, Najam. And it's clear that Intelligenes is committed to applying AI to solve both the business challenges and the social challenges in Canada. But overall, this has been a great conversation with you. Thank you so much for sharing your vision, which clearly is focused on leveraging AI and innovation to empower Canadian businesses and really drive a more sustainable and an efficient future. As we wrap up now, Najam, what is a key message that you would like our listeners to kind of remember about how they can confidently navigate the age of AI?
So as I said, AI is here, right? You have to decide how you cope up with it. So one way is to avoid it, which we cannot. The other way is to learn and upskill yourself. As many other people are saying, I would say AI naysayers, that a lot of people will lose their jobs. Now, what happens with AI is you're upskilling yourself and you are giving those repetitive tasks to the AI agents and the AI systems. Now, the time for you is to get into supervisory roles, to have more time for strategy, creativity, and other tasks. So my take and advice would be to work more on upskilling. Look for ways where you can use AI in a more effective, beneficial way for as a person, for yourself, and for your business. Right? If you learn to do it, if you tap your energy, your resources, and your time into it, you'll definitely find good at the end.
Well, that's a powerful and a very actionable message. Thank you so much, Najam, for being on the show with us, and thank you again for sharing such great expertise and your vision with us.
Thank you very much.
And that was an insightful conversation with Najam Saqib, the founder and CEO at Intelligenes Inc, on how small businesses can use AI and automation to save time and boost growth, the critical need for responsible AI, and how AI agents are becoming the new team members for SMBs. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. We really appreciate your continued support. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for valuable information and tools. Special shout out before we leave to our partners RBC, UPS, A1 Global College, ADP, and Google for their ongoing commitment to empowering small businesses in Canada. Until next time, please keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.